Humans, my name is Mike, the Herald of the Gods. Yeah, let that lightning marinate in your spirit. And welcome back to the Culture Guys channel. Hey man, so I just finished watching It's What's Inside. This is one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. It's one of the most creative movies I've seen in a while, man. Where do I begin? So just to give you a quick synopsis of it, let me give you a full disclaimer though. Full disclaimer before I jump into this. So normally when I do movie reviews, I'm the herald of the gods. And my job is to scour the universe of digital media and bring to the gods the best offerings that you humans have to offer, And, I have no problem with pretty much, being real, but telling you exactly what I saw in the whole movie, you know what I'm saying, from an honest perspective. But that's why I do spoiler reviews, because I feel like you should, by the time you get to me, you've probably already watched the video or watched the movie or whatever the content is. And I know some people go to try to get a prejudgment whether they should watch the video or not, or watch the movie. I keep saying video, keep watching the movie to watch the movie or not, or the content. But normally while I give you spoiler reviews, this one I'm not going to give you a spoiler review. This one is going to be spoil free. And the reason why is because, first of all, I'm a fan of art and creativity more so. And when something comes along like this, that's this creative, and it's kind of been done before in terms of like, the genre, but the style that it's done, the way the storytelling is, I think it's much more fun for y'all to go and check it out yourself and then come back to this video. Damn good movie. So first of all, it is directed and written by Greg Jardin. It looks like it. I don't know if y'all are familiar with A24, but A24 makes some really good movies. They're like lower budget, not big, not flashy, but the writing and the cinematography is very well done for most of those movies, But the way this movie plays out is basically a group of kids that, they're not kids, they're adults now, and they're like just after college, maybe a couple of years after college, but they were all college buddies and high school friends. And they meet up for this guy Ruben's, I guess he's getting married. So he has like not a bachelor party, but kind of like a get my friends together one last night with all of us together before I get married party. All my college friends, right? Or high school friends, or high school and college friends. Anyway, but the story mostly focuses around, at the beginning, two characters named Cyrus and Shelby. Now, Cyrus and Shelby are in a long-term relationship, and this plays on the whole young puppy love relationship aesthetic, where it's like, you have your high school sweetheart and y'all are together since high school, and then you get into college, and but you have those regrets where, damn, I should have hooked up with old girl, the one homie, and this, that, and the third. It kind of plays on that relationship aspect. But they're together now, and Ruben, he owns this mansion. He invites them all out to party. It's got a real dark aesthetic, or dark vibe to the whole movie, and then there's a guy named Forbes who is a part of the clique, you know what I'm saying? He was their friend back in the day. Some shit happened where he hooked up with a girl who basically was infatuated with him and went crazy and shit like that. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Forbes didn't do that. There was a guy named Dennis. Dennis is part of the crew too. Dennis hooked up with a girl who was crazy, who was actually Forbes' sister. Shit just goes crazy. So I will say this, without giving too much away of the movie, I'll leave it there. It's a body swap movie. It's a dark comedy, and I was just saying actually in one of my other videos that, you know, dark comedies in the 90s look way different than they do now, but I can actually start to see that there are some really good dark comedies out there. This movie is going to fall into probably, I'm going to do probably like a top 10 of the most creative, unique IPs that have come along in the last like 10, 20 years. You know, we keep getting rehashes of, you know, old 90s movies and 80s movies that came out 20 and 30 years ago that are just now getting a sequel or getting a part 3. You know, they just keep rehashing the same shit over and over again because of nostalgia, and they feel like nostalgia is going to sell the tickets. But it's so refreshing to have a movie like this come along that's got an all new cast, you know, young, fresh faces. You know what I'm saying? The writer and the director, they premiered this at the Sundance Film Festival in South by Southwest, and everybody loved it apparently. But it was really, really good. Again, it's like Freaky Friday meets Talk to Me. If y'all remember the movie Talk to Me, yeah, it's got a horror vibe to it, but it's more like it's a horror, suspense, thriller, mind fuck is what it is. I texted somebody who just recently was like, yo, man, I just got done watching the movie. This is a total mind fuck. I suggest y'all watch it. Again, the plot and the storyline, it gets tough to follow. So you really got to pay attention, and you might have to watch it twice. I didn't watch it twice. I watched it one time, and then I went online to try to get some information on like the things that I missed when I was watching it, and I don't feel like I missed anything. So I was following along pretty good. I had to kind of pause it a couple of times because unlike Freaky Friday or those Freaky Friday type movies where it's just two people who swap bodies, this is a bunch of people that swap bodies, and they do it more than one time. So the movie plays on that to try to mind fuck you basically, but because everybody has their own ulterior motive, and even though the movie's centered around Cyrus and Shelby, the other co-stars really played a big part in this movie in making the story move along really good. The pacing was good. The cinematography, man, they play with colors really good in this movie too, in a way that I've not seen. I only ever see it in like horror movies for real. You know, there was nobody running around chasing anybody with knives or chainsaws and nothing like that. So this wasn't that kind of horror. It was more like suspense, thriller, drama type shit. But the way they play with colors, there's a way. So to help you kind of keep track of when the bodies swap and who's talking to who, they do this color filter change, or everything turns red, and you can see and understand exactly who's talking to who versus just the bodies talking to each other. Another reason why I don't want to spoil it or talk too much about it is because there's so much body swapping in the movie. For me to try to break it down in this video, man, it will make your burn brain cells just trying to follow along, man. I need a fucking like big chalkboard with a bunch of diagrams and shit, and fucking the lines with the thumbtacks and shit with the string and all. Yeah, just to kind of, yeah. So we're not even gonna do all that. Props to Greg Jordan for just delivering a movie that's with the story that's told just a different way. There's a way that they use pictures too. So now I'm not talking about like pictures just with your phone, but the way they use photography to tell the backstories of the characters. Man, it's just really unique and really refreshing to see something like that. Super dope. Brilliantly done, man. I think that this is the type of movie, again, I think in the last 10, 15 years, that it's good to see directors really pushing to do new things and tell creative stories creatively, you know what I'm saying? And using new faces that you don't see in a lot of other movies too. You know, I'm a big, action DC, Marvel, straight from the comics, straight from the cartoons to the movies type of dude. So those are the type of movies that I gravitate to. But I also love movies like this that have great writing and great storytelling and some damn good actors too. And it also plays on social media too a little bit in there. Again, without giving anything away, it plays on it in a way that it seems generic at first, but the way they implement it in a movie is genius. I love it. So I want to celebrate this movie. It's really good. Guys, check it out. It's called It's What's Inside. It's on Netflix. Don't do it for me. Do it for the God.